Have you ever been pregnant in a bathtub, eating a bowl of ice cream while writing a poem in your head after an election? Maybe that is where this all started for me. Poetry and political elections. The year was 2016. I was so proud to be able to go to the polls as a woman and vote for a woman. With my first child moving in my belly, I stuck my I voted sticker on my bump and took a photo. That night, after the election results, I had a panic attack. I got into the bed with my husband and cried. You see, we have always sought to raise our sons to be more like Mr. Rogers than Donald Trump. I couldn't imagine a world where my sons would see a man in one of the most powerful, revered roles in the United States not behaving as if there is something to learn from everyone. That every person has the right to dignity and value, and that we should choose kindness over fear, bullying, blaming, and fighting to get our own way at the expense of others. The year is 2024. Vice President Kamala Harris is now running against Donald Trump as the Democratic nominee for president. An electric excitement pours over our country. Many parts of our country. I attend the White Women for Kamala call and hear Glennon Doyle talk about overcoming anxiety to do something important. To do something that makes you shake. The next morning I asked, what can I do? I have 2 young children. We are a one-income family. I have a chronic illness which keeps me from making strong commitments to things. Anxiety. I sipped some coffee. Then I thought about my giftedness. Where are the poets? I thought. Sipping more coffee, this idea came to my heart. In a deeply red state where my vote often feels as if it doesn't count much, I thought of all the moments growing up, historical moments, hard, exciting, and dangerous times. Votes for women, the civil rights movement in Birmingham where I live, the women's movement, being part of change. I thought about this moment. The awful anxiety and guilt I feel dropping my kids off at school, where I know they could be in incredible danger due to the gun violence in our country. The hard battle I won to own my strength and worth as a woman after years and years of struggle, and how heartbreaking it has been to watch women's rights in this country dwindle. I sat down and began to message my friends who have a heart for moving forward and a love for words. The following day, I had more than enough poets for our virtual reading and fundraiser. A friend offered his studio to help with the technical aspects of the reading. One of my favorite poets, who has done so much for women's rights as well as the literary community, agreed to feature. Momentum. People were excited. Participants offered to invite their amazing poetry friends. One morning, after another feature agreed to read with us, I jumped on the bed. And here we are, moving forward daily. My husband making digital art, friends encouraging and advising, learning new things, creating, curating, and feeling more like myself than I have in a long time. The stay-at-home mom who hadn't been writing very much and had lost her sense of community. I went to readings online to support poets who had committed to the event. I remembered who I am. I fell deeper in love with poetry and the poetry world again. I felt like I had purpose. I was blessed to be encouraging creatives who have always been amazing to me. I didn't feel alone anymore. I am choosing to be on the right side of history. This has been a labor of love. I hope that it helps Kamala Harris's campaign through kindness and connection with words, as well as raise money to support Harris Walt's journey. I am so grateful for the positive effect this adventure has had on my journey. If anything, people will be blessed. I have been blessed. And isn't that what democracy is meant to be at its absolute best? Life made better. By the people, for the people. Poets for Kamala are writing poetry for this election. This time, any ice cream we eat will be in celebration. This time, I have given birth to a better version of myself. And well, I'm not going back. We're not going back.